Okay, it was a heck of a win for our guys, especially battling all the adversity and the things that we've had to fight through, and losing our top runner and our starting right tackle and still come out and playing like we did on offense. I was really impressed. I thought Josh played well. I thought our offensive line was great. Defensively played well. The key was getting that quarterback on the ground. He's a great player, man. He's fun to watch. And in the second half, we got him on the ground, and so that helped us. So there you go. Fire away.
What did you think was key in the pass rush tonight? Looked like you guys were stunting a little bit more up front.
Really no more than usual. It was just more effective, I'll tell you why it looked like that, because we were standing guys up and moving them around, We just did a good job of pressing the pocket, and we were close in the first half. I mean, he was feeling the pressure, but that's what's great about that kid is there was pressure, but he slides away and he makes accurate throws. I mean, he's a heck of a player. The key was being able to get him on the ground a few times, and we struggled with that, and tonight we got it done against a really good player. And boy, thankfully we did.
Hey, Jim, what is it that is in Rosen's makeup that allows him to kind of take over and control a game like he did tonight?
I think he's probably a lot like the kid that we were playing against, very mature, has tremendous poise. I think he has a lot of confidence in himself because he prepares well and he's smart. I think he trusts the guys up in front of him and around him. He trusts his receivers. And he doesn't, like all great performers, they're able to let go of what just happened and move to the next event. And Josh has really been able to do that throughout, for 7 games, and we saw it in our spring ball. We saw it in the summer camp. And he's a rare kid. Like Goff's a rare kid. Those are 2 really good quarterbacks out there tonight.
How are Paul and Isako and Devin doing?
They're not good. Yeah, they're not good. So, yeah, they're not good.
Hey, Coach, can you talk about how big John Johnson's performance was tonight, playing press?
Johnny?
Played press most of the night and really didn't get exposed deep at all.
They tried him, and he did a nice job. Yeah, I think I'm glad you recognize that because, he's been a guy that's had some injuries. He's had 2 shoulder surgeries since he's been here. He's battled. He came in kind of as a highly acclaimed recruit, and, just because of injuries, it hasn't happened for him. And we put him out there on an island a lot, against some really good. I mean, they've got good receivers now. I mean, you talk about Bryce Treggs and Lawler and those guys. Those guys are ballers. And Johnny did a nice job. He stayed on top of the receivers and he challenged and he found the ball when he needed to. He played well. I was excited about that for him. It's fun to see him have that success. He needs that.
Jim, the 60-yard field goal before the end of the first half, they had just scored, and your guys seemed really excited. How much of a swing was that? And also just the defensive backfield as a whole, not really allowing them much separation.
Well, first the field goal, I was going to put the offense back out there and throw a Hail Mary, and Jerry said, no, he's got it. He's got it. Just kick it again. And I asked him at halftime, I said, how'd you know? He said, well, I heard the boom of the ball on the 55-yarder. And I said, I just knew he'd strike it. And Emy's hit 64-yarders in practice. And so that was a big adrenaline rush, boost to our momentum. It gave us a 16-point rather than 13 points. So it made it a 3-score rather than a 2-score game at halftime. And then with regards to the secondary, those guys take a lot of pride, and they work very, very hard. They're very well coached. I mean, Coach Martin is a great technician, and communicates well with them, and they accept the coaching, and they applied it tonight, and so I was excited to see them play well.
Coach, Perk and Jamabo, they did really well on the running game. Was it the running game that set up the pass, or was it the other way around? You had almost 600 yards of offense. I don't believe in either of those concepts, that one sets up the other. They both, you just got to be able to do both effectively. And I think the credit needs to start with the offensive line. Colton Miller making his first start tonight did a heck of a job. Those guys have consistently played well for us this year. And if you're running the ball well, throwing it well, you're tough to defend. So we played well tonight.
Coach, earlier this week you told us about staying the course, staying the course, staying the course. Then tonight you guys come out and score on your first 7 possessions. How much of that do you feel was a message over the week of stay the course, or was it just scheming?
No, it's not just over the week message over the week. It's a continual message. It's got to be part of your culture. I mean, I don't think people really understand how hard it is to win a game and win multiple games, especially when you're facing some of the adversity that we've faced with regards to personnel changes. And yet our young men just continue to believe and they continue to work hard. And when you do that and you have faith and you have trust and you work hard and you believe in what you're doing, then good things are going to happen. I really believe that. So I think it's just a message that has to permeate your program at all times, and we've been able to do that. I mean, yeah, we all know that we've struggled in October, since I got here, lost a couple games and trying to figure out why, but we found a way to pull out of it, and I believe we will again.
Jim, where is Josh most improved since the beginning of the season?
Oh, goodness. Well, he doesn't throw those balls back across his body into coverage. So, I mean, and I don't mean that facetiously. I mean, that's serious. He's learned to make better decisions in the open field. Although when he kept the ball and took that hit, I don't think that was a real good decision. But I think probably his understanding of the offense, his understanding of his receivers and what they do well, and how he can utilize them, and then just his confidence. He's a confident kid as it is, but just as you have success, you gain some confidence.
Coach, a big picture, what can this resilient performance do, especially following last week's performance, do in the big picture and as you approach your goals?
Well, I mean, our goals are to get better every day. We're about the process, quite frankly. I mean, I said that to someone earlier in the week, and someone in here said I lashed out when I talked about the process. We're trying to get better every single day and focus on each singular step. And tonight was another step, but we have to back it up with another good step tomorrow, and that's what our intentions are.
Thanks, guys.
All right.